Gaudy stacks. Good God, that's God.
Oh yeah, what are you munching on? What do you got?
So I went to Myers and just loaded up on the at the delicatessen some of the smoked meats.
Get a little pepperoni,
Salami, corned beef, pastrami, roast beef.
Oh yeah, give you some nice good old fashioned meat sweats.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm like George Costanza over here. But I could just match that with sex. I'm good. And TV.
You're gonna be smelling like that sausage. It permeates out of your pores.
It does.
In a good way.
I mean, I've like I'm on this like paleo diet, like keto paleo diet, and there's so little that you can eat.
Now, is that just like a new version of the Atkins diet?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because when I heard about it,
paleo diet is like it's like shit that like would have been around like in caveman days. So like broccoli and cauliflower and shit. And vegetables are good. But like good, yeah. Processed shit like Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Frosted Flakes are like all my favorite foods. Yeah, literally. I look at my pantry and I can't eat any of that shit anymore. It's so depressing.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's probably good to eat just whole foods like that. I mean, I've been eating these little like British biscuits, cookies.
It's always better. Be like a caveman. Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
Think like a caveman.
With everything we know now, why not just go back to million years?
I know. Like we need to. We've done too much progress.
Yeah.
We've done too much progress. We need to regress.
Yeah. Let's take the P out and the O out, and let's regress.
We need to regress as a society. We need to go backwards for a little in some areas, and a lot of areas. I mean, I don't want to say every area we need to go back to.
Are you just talking about like you want to go back to like 80s Knicks basketball?
Yes,
that's what you care about.
Yeah, 80s and 80s music. There you go.
Oh, I'm down for that. Yeah, but you want to see like 69 to 51, like a hard, or like 69 to 65, like a.
I mean, the day I want to see Magic versus Bird. All right, like who can pass the ball like Magic Johnson these days? There's nobody.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
has anyone ever been able to pass
Williams?
What's that?
I said, at least give me Jason Williams.
Oh God!
At least give me him.
That's the disgusting.
At least give me him. That's all I'm asking. I mean, that's not asking a lot. I want somebody that'll make my jaw drop. That'll make my jaw drop from a good pass, and it's just not there.
Let's see. I mean, Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I mean, he passes.
He's a hell of a passer.
He doesn't do the shake and bake. He's not wild with it. He's not fancy.
I mean, I don't know, man. You should watch some more Luka. He's got the step back. He's shaking people. He's cooking people.
Yeah.
Should tune in, man. I'm not saying he's no Magic, obviously, with his passing ability. I don't think anybody was.
Yeah, he's no Magic. He's no Jason Williams.
A little bit,
but I mean, he's.
Could you please stop putting Jason Williams next to Magic? It is so revolting. It's so repulsive. Just think about those two guys, like the Mount Rushmore of passers, and you got.
And then add Jason
Johnson. Oh my God. And Jason Williams. Hey, guys.
Look, I mean, we want to talk about a player that advanced a certain section of the American people really far. You know, about as far as Pete Maravich did. I mean, what he did for white
he's
people
like a
in
career like
basketball.
13 points per game scorer.
Yeah, but it's not about the stats. It's how fancy he was.
So,
He did it with pizzazz.
He was like the professor who's like 6 feet. He's like a 6-inch taller professor. You know the guy from the N1 mixtape tour.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like some of his moves would like totally go bust, but like when he hit it, oh man.
Yeah, he would get like, those 3 assists he got were amazing, but
Yeah.
those 8 turnovers, we don't see that in the highlight reel.
But you look at that highlight reel. You look at that YouTube highlight reel. Oh my god, you think he's like the best thing since sliced bread?
It's pretty sick. I will say. I saw one of his highlight reels not too long ago, and it brought back some memories of that 2002.
Is there
King
a player
squad
with more contrast in their highlight videos than who they actually are than Jason Williams?
Oh my god! If you look at his
I
stats,
challenge you to find a better example of how deceitful highlight videos can be than Jason Williams.
I mean, he's a career 10.5 per game or points per game scorer.
He brought fans to the stadium, to the arena. Oh, he was great.
6 assists and two turnovers a game for his career. 5.9 assists. So that's one hell of a ratio there.
He was good. Do not talk shit about Jason Williams. Don't make me bring out his highlight video.
His highlight video is fucking awesome.
It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the best, man. Well, you talk about highlight video. He's a highlight king.
Now, is he? What do you think? Like second or first ballot Hall of Famer?
In the highlight reel?
No,
just throw out the highlight reel. In fact, I don't know why more players aren't doing this to the Hall of Fame committee, submitting their highlight reel. And highlight reel only said, "This is what you can judge me on." Now start grading.
Submitting their own highlight reel?
Yes.
Giving like a presentation like, okay, voters, I would like to present myself to you. My name is Jonathan Bender. I mean, he had, if you look at his highlight reel, like when he had it going, he was so tall and like athletic that he would just dunk on people. Like he could shoot from outside every now and then, but he's like, a 6 point per game score or something.
We talking
Jonathan Bender.
Williams or Jonathan? Isn't he that? Is he the guy that the high school phenom guy that like didn't even go to college?
Yeah, I don't think he
straight out.
Yeah, I don't think he
Kwame
did.
Brown just fell flat on his face.
He was 6'11", 202, a small forward.
I'm gonna have to look him up.
Yeah, like he could shoot a little bit, and he just never really put it together. But you think of today's NBA with the big guys who can move, like he was that. And people were like, oh, he's the next evolution of the small forward position. And this was before Durant, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, this was before Durant.
Because if it's the guy I'm thinking of, he was like in the 90s.
Yeah, he was drafted in 99.
Yeah.
This guy. So,
man. Picky Yoon. Oh, man. Oh, he was a talent from Mississippi.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, so there's something in the water. Mississippi, Louisiana.
Oh, there's something in the water, all right.
They just kind of like create these athletes from there. And because I was telling, so who was I was talking to one of my buddies here in Springboro about how the LSU championship team from from 2019, how I don't think there's ever been another team in college football, if you look at that has as many players from their same state, from the hometown state, as LSU that year. I mean, every one of their studs was from Louisiana, and it's like that. That's like unheard of.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the
Especially
same way
in
with Ole Miss.
today's
Now
day
Ole
and
Miss
age.
doesn't have the same quality as LSU, but it is quite incredible how many athletes come from the Dixie area.
From the Dixie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. No, it's pretty wild. Speaking of athletes or maybe non-athletes, dude, I gotta get your take on Mac Jones.
Oh, I've been doing a lot of thinking. I've been putting my takes. I've been putting them in the hot cooker.
I wanted to let you marinate. I wanted to give you some time.
I had to think about this one.
I wanted
I've been letting it roast in the hot
all
take
the
cookery.
free agents they got, the desperate, sweaty spending spree. The Bill Belichick went through all that re-signing Cam
I
Newton.
mean, some people call it a panic selling spree.
I would say it was flop sweat.
When stocks are going down, stock market's tanking.
I better buy it. I better buy it at the spike. I better buy it at the spike when it's way up. When it's when it's up 500%. I should buy now, right? I should buy. I should buy now.
Yeah, buy them at their maximum, at their peak price. You know, buy high, sell higher. Is
buy high, sell low.
Maximum.
He got Bourne, Aguilar, Hunter Henry, Johnny Smith.
And Kendrick Bourne. I think actually Kendrick Bourne is a sneaky.
I agree.
Minus the fact that I think they're all way overpaid. Like I think Bill Belichick misjudged the market when it opened. I mean, because if you look at I mean, he went whole hog with all these players, and then the comps came out of like, oh well, so and so also signed for significantly less. I forget all the names, but
yeah.
Like Aguilar was an overpay. Kendrick Bourne was an overpay.
So Aguilar was 2 for 22, 10 million signing bonus.
I want to say Curtis Samuel. What was Curtis Samuel?
I don't think he went there.
No, he didn't. But like, what did he sign for?
I see.
To give you like as a comp.
Oh yeah. Good call. I'm looking it up right now. Keep going. I'm looking it up.
Like it was less. I think it was.
Dude, he's good. I
consider a much
he's
better.
Really good.
Yeah, that's who I wanted to. Signed a 3-year, $34.5 million.
Yeah.
So that's like that. Whatever that breaks down to is
basically the same.
I'm just saying it's less. I'm not doing the math here. They should have signed Curtis Samuel. That being said, Nelson Aguilar is I think he's going to be he's a solid sign.
Good
Bill
defense.
Belichick had his eye out for him since he was drafted in 2017. That was somebody that I know the Patriots were after in his rookie draft that year that they kind of wanted, but the Eagles sniped the Patriots on, and so he's been looking at Aguilar for a while, and then Kendrick Bourne. I know the Niners wanted to keep Kendrick Bourne bad, and there are rumors out there. The rumor mill circulating that Shanahan was kind of petty about it. That he was a little upset that perturbed that New England, Bill Belichick, supposedly his boy, his guy, his mentor
I
came
don't know
in.
if they're friends anymore. That's what I heard.
I don't think they are, man. And this whole Jimmy Garoppolo thing has really kind of put a wedge in between them.
There's been a falling out, I think,
Yeah.
according to sources.
Well, yeah. Well, he apparently he's mad about losing Kendrick Bourne. They really wanted to keep him, and then Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, Belichick. Plan A for the New England Patriots, it was to grab Jimmy Garoppolo. That was Plan A. They wanted him, and they expected that he was going to get cut. They were just waiting for it. They were pushing a hard bargain with the 49ers. And just the other day, it came out that they had all their ducks in a row with grabbing Jimmy Garoppolo, and they were going to pay him. I think he's scheduled to make like $24 million, $25 million this year. And it's like, okay, come to the Patriots, but we can only pay you $16 million. That's what we're going to pay you. And Jimmy balked and didn't want to do it.
Wow.
But he was all willing to go to the Patriots until they gave him how much they were going to pay him, and he was like, "No, I'm not going to do that." So, to be honest, man, I think he should have taken that deal. I mean, it was $16 million.
I kind of agree with you.
But he's going to be what? I mean, how long before?
So this was going to be in a trade, or they were just going to release him?
It was going to be. I want to say it was going to be in a trade.
Wow.
They had all the they basically had everything put together except for they were on the same page with everything except for the price. And so because he wouldn't take the $16 million number, like it never got to the point where like, oh, we'll offer you, a second or a first. We'll offer 49ers will offer you a second, or we'll offer you a first. It never got to that point because Jimmy Garoppolo wouldn't accept a deal for a pay cut to $16 million, a $9 million pay cut.
Wow.
Which, I mean, Jimmy, come on, buddy. Don't you want to play for a championship team?
He turned down Belichick. Wow. Well, now you got Mac.
Hey man, now we got Mac, and let's bring it back to Mac. And like I said, I've been putting my take in the cooker, and I am now convinced.
Slow smoking. It's been slow smoking.
Shanahan really fucked up.
Can't wait to taste this.
Yeah, Shanahan fucked up. He should have drafted Mac Jones. Oh man, I can't believe. I know pre-draft. I was saying anybody but Mac Jones for Kyle Shanahan. I know I said that. But now I'm digging into Mac
Pretty
Jones.
sure you were saying any. Yeah, let me look through my texts.
Yeah, I did. I said anybody but Mac Jones. But it was, I'll be honest with you. Like, I think if they did pick Mac Jones, let's say they play it out. If they pick Mac Jones, I think that pushes up every other QB. I mean, maybe Justin Fields still goes at 11, but like that becomes the last QB on the board. I think. I think Trey Lance ends up getting picked. So if they went Mac Jones there, I don't think there's any QB for New England to pick at 15. And from the word is that New England, if Mac Jones was gone and Justin Fields was there at 15, that they wouldn't have drafted Justin Fields, which is pretty insane.
Wow.
But yeah, there's something about that.
They would have taken like a linebacker or a cornerback or something.
I think they would have drafted. I think they would have traded down because you're at 15 and you still have Washington that needs a QB. Like they could have traded down if Justin Fields was there at 15. this is assuming Mac Jones is gone. But so if it was Justin Fields was the number 5 quarterback still on the board, they could have traded down and gotten takers, and I think that's what they would have done.
Wow,
because they need that. I mean, they need spots all over the field. They like they still need cornerback. They still need safety. They still need linebacker. I mean, they've still got a lot of needs there. So trade back, grab an extra pick, and keep going. But that being said, Mac Jones, I think. Then you got to understand Mac Jones, and I think a lot of people are overlooking this. It's just how brilliant he is, how smart he is, how intelligent he is.
Yeah, he must have just gone over my head. I've been trying to understand him. He has that slack-jawed look, you know.
And Mike Osborne said he strutted to the draft stage like he was Vince McMahon.
Kind of did.
Yeah, he's got a little swagger to his stuff. Like there are reports that like his freshman year, like he's arguing with Nick Saban about like no, that's not what like the play's supposed to do, coach. The coach, you know, and he's arguing with the player where a ball should have gone, and people are like, what the fuck? Who are you? You're. I mean, he's a 3-star recruit.
That'll bode well for him. It's confidence.
Yeah. So like, but apparently, I mean, the guy is a, book nerd, loves to study. I mean, really, just one of the smart guys. Trevor Lawrence too. He's a really smart guy, really intelligent, and it's about do we value the intelligence, the acumen of being a football, the rigors of being a football, an NFL QB, or do we want another sort of player, another sort of quarterback that just kind of wings it, just kind of does it on the fly? Yeah, it's not there.
These are like these are the not so subtle complaints about Justin Fields. Is like he was supposed to be 1B to Trevor Lawrence's 1A, and suddenly everyone's like, "Oh, he doesn't study hard enough. He's just an athlete." And
yeah, he's apparently
he eviscerated.
He's epileptic apparently.
Well, yeah,
seriously,
that's legit. No, I read about that. I heard about that. Yeah. It's a legitimate concern. But he takes medication and everything's been. He's never had a problem with it or anything. I think what did Mac Jones score in his Wonderlic?
Oh, I'm sure it was off the chart. I want to say a 53.
Wait, isn't that like higher than the perfect score?
I think 55 is a perfect score.
I can't find it. I've been looking for it for the last couple of minutes. I can't find it.
But that is a great question. If I remember correctly, it was 50s. It was in the 50s. So
okay.
Well, let's see what Justin Fields did. I wonder if they took their Wonderlic this year. Like any of them.
Maybe they didn't. Yeah. Maybe they didn't. They might. I think you might be right. I think you might be right
because of the whole COVID and all that shit.
Yeah.
And as part of the new NFL at its campus.
I don't think they did. I can't find it.
Okay, look, it says due to COVID-19.
I've been searching for 1 whole minute and I can't find it. So I guess they didn't do it.
It's saying so due to COVID-19 restrictions and a more private testing format, a lot of players' test scores were not released.
Oh,
because usually the combine does it.
You think it'd be really embarrassing?
I bet it is. Oh man, I bet that knocked him. I bet that did knock him down. Oh, yeah, he got a 9 on the Wonderlic.
I bet Mac Jones had a 19. That's what I bet. It's too bad, man.
I think it was 50s. Is the rumors?
Did you know?
The guy is so intelligent.
Tua got a 19.
Really? Why am I
Ooh.
not surprised?
So
What a disappointment he was.
what is going on with him? Do you think he's gonna bounce back? Because I have my
Well,
doubts.
so I
don't
do
know.
think like his hip was
Yeah,
all
was bad.
jacked up, and like typically that's like a 2-year recovery time. And you could tell in some of the games, like he would start to run and then, like act like he was about to run and then kind of pull back and start to look for a somebody else open down the field. And with Jalen Waddle, and they got a tight end, Hunter Long, who I really like as I think he scored like 9 or 10 touchdowns at Boston College, which has a terrible quarterback situation last year. You get Hunter Long, Mike Gesicki, Preston Williams, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Parker. Oh man, what a disappointment! I think he was. I think he won a Gaudy for "Don't Take the Bait."
You gave him that. I remember you
yeah.
specifically gave him that.
Yeah, he got. I mean, what a joke that guy is. And speaking about
Shots
jokes
fired.
that come from a certain university, did you happen to see who the Rams selected? Now the Rams only had like 4 or 5 picks in the draft. Like they didn't have that many picks. You want to know who they selected in the second round? I think it was their very first pick, since they don't have a first pick.
Was it
first
Tutu?
round pick. Tutu fucking Atwell. I take shits in the morning that way more than Tutu Atwell. Right? This guy is a string bean, and he's like 5'7". He's not even fat. He's not even that fast given his size.
He's 5'9", 165. So he's a Waterbug.
No. He's not though. He's not. His pro day. I mean, he tested it I think he tested at 155. At 155 on his pro day. Like the dude is fucking tiny.
Kind of like Tavon Austin or something.
I mean, I want to say he's even smaller than Tavon Austin. Like you do
well,
not.
How big is Devonta
an
Smith?
NFL player. What?
Or how big is Smith? What's his name? Devonta Smith.
Devonta Smith. He's like 166. So I mean, he's small, but he also won the Heisman. Like so you kind of
crazy speed. Yeah.
Yeah, like and Jalen Waddle's got the speed. Tutu Atwell ran a 4.44. Like that's pretty fast, all right, but like Jamar Chase ran a 4.39 and is, I want to say, 60 pounds heavier than him.
Huh. So is it because he's more sudden? He's quicker or something?
5'9", 155 is what he weighed. Were his measurements.
Wow. That is
another
that's a featherweight.
Underachiever. Yeah. Batamweight even. I mean, this guy, I could snap him in half if I got half a chance. I mean, this guy's not going to make it in the NFL. I put my life on it, and he was drafted in the second round.
Wow, that's a really big statement you just made.
Yeah,
that's been recorded and we'll broadcast.
If he turns into something, I will. If he becomes a player, I mean, look, Tavon Austin, for comparison, is pretty slight himself, 5'8", 174.
Well, don't you think Tutu's will put on some weight? I mean, he's gonna get into weight room and.
Nah. I mean, look, when you're that, like, I think he's maxed out on his body size, on his build. I mean, this is the same argument that Sam Abramson tried to give me. Sam Abramson legit tried to tell me that Tutu Atwell was going to be a good wide receiver in the NFL. I about fell out of my seat.
Marvin Harrison was a very slight man. I mean, it's not completely unheard of.
so he was like, Sam was like, well, T.Y. Hilton is really small too. I'm like, dude, yeah, you're right. T.Y. Hilton is really tiny. He is really slight. But T.Y. Hilton weighs 183 pounds. He's as slight as T.Y. Hilton is. He's 30 fucking pounds heavier than Tutu Atwell. So don't give me T.Y. Hilton as a comp.
I think he's gonna have to put on. He's gonna have to put on some weight. Maybe he's gonna have to wear a flat jacket or something. Like he's gonna have to do something.
Yeah, he needs to get one of those sumo wrestler inflatable. He needs to learn how to run in those. That's what he needs.
Oh God.
If he wants to be a player, otherwise, hey, you got lucky. You got drafted in the second round. I was telling Sam that there was no chance that this guy gets drafted, and then he gets drafted second round, which is total bullshit. So I'm going to take a mulligan on that and say he's not going to be any good. I'm doubling down.
Also, Devonta Smith is 6'1".
Yeah,
right.
Which is he's also a string bean. So if you look at the tape on here's the thing about Devonta Smith is that when you're that small, and you're like, oh well, he's going to get pushed around. Being open in college isn't the same as being open in the NFL, and you're going to have players being able to push you around and man to man and post you up, and you're not going to be able to get a good release and blah blah blah. But here's the thing about Devonta Smith is that he was the top, far and away the top player in college at getting separation. Like nobody could stay with him. He was the top player rated in man-to-man coverage in the NCAA by a long shot, better than every other single player. So like the knocks about your typical small guy coming out of college says, they're not good playing man-to-man. They don't apply to Devonta Smith because he's the best at it. And in fact, I want to say PFF data said he was the best that there ever was, as far as they've been doing, tracking that stat on college wide receivers playing against man-to-man.
Well, that's fascinating, and also just by watching a lot of the highlights, it kind of ties into Mac Jones because Devonta Smith was like 20 yards wide open every time he threw him the ball. So what does that say about Mac Jones? He played with such an amazing wide receiver core. He basically played for like a college all-star team. And now he's going to be in the NFL with the Patriots. Kind of, middling wide receiver core. It's NFL competition. How does that translate?
I think there is that really is his big concern right there is who was it that was doing all the big plays? Was it Mac Jones or was it his unbelievable supporting cast? And what I will say is that there were, I want to say 2 times last year where Mac Jones got taken out of the game because they were just crushing the team, right? So they take the starting quarterback out, leave everybody else in, and the guy they put in, what's his name, Briley Reese or somebody, 5-star quarterback out of California, a 5-star recruit. And you can tell, like the offense noticeably slowed down when he went into the game.
Is it Bryce Young?
Everybody else in the game except for Mac Jones. So you do have that like kind of comparison. I mean,
that's interesting. Yeah.
Granted, he was a freshman, but he's a 5-star recruit.
No, that's true. I mean, I saw. There's this hilarious Twitter account. It's like Barry McCockernall or something. It's like this. he's playing this trolling character who has hot
Bryce
takes or
Young, by the way.
Yeah, Bryce Young. And he made this video that was comparing Mac Jones and Tom Brady. It was like a sarcastic video, like their highlight plays, their best throws, and all it was like check downs, and then the receiver running it in for a touchdown from like 20 yards away. The music was so dramatic; it was fucking hilarious, and it was just like Mac Jones checking it down to Devonta Smith and him running like 50 yards for a touchdown. Mac Jones like throwing through like a wide open Devonta Smith for a deep ball. It was just, oh my God, I was dying.
What a deceptive cherry pick highlight reel.
Dying laughing.
Yeah.
And it was like Brady throwing to Edelman and Edelman like juking everybody, and like Brady throwing to James White and then him like running it in 20 yards out for a touchdown.
Yeah, just checking it down, throwing a screen pass.
Dude, I was just
doing all
by myself with my headphones on, just dying laughing.
Oh,
like,
it's
so funny.
disingenuous. What bullshit.
Oh.
How dare this guy? Who is this guy?
I think his name's Darian. Reported to Twitter. He hurt my feelings. His name's it's the Twitter handle Ultra Weed Hater. Barry McCockernall. No, McCockernall. I can't say his name.
Ultra Weed Hater.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Man. He hates on Brady all day long. Like it's just it's nonstop, dude. It will
this fucking guy
enrage you.
What a d-bag. I'm gonna rage scrolled. Oh God.
Dude, it's really funny. You'll laugh a little bit. It's funny, even though it'll drive you crazy, but it's funny.
Look, his very 6 minutes ago, his first fucking tweet that I read. I've always said Tom Brady is the GOAT for his ability to hit wide open targets from clean pockets. What an asshole. I can already tell you this guy's an asshole.
Edelman's so wide open. Jesus Christ. No, he did bring up a pretty interesting thing about Brady's like Super Bowl years and the defenses, the ranks of the defenses compared to Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning. That was pretty convincing.
And I love. Where's all the hate on Aaron Rodgers? I mean, what the fuck? You want to talk about?
I gotta talk to Osbo and Sam about their takes on Aaron Rodgers, because what is going on?
I said, Sam, are you as excited as me about the Jordan Love era? Because I'm ecstatic about this Jordan Love era. I think he's going to do good things. I haven't heard back from him. I'm sure he's busy and can't text me back, even though I texted it like 2 days ago. I'm sure he can't. He's probably super busy with his, being a professor and all. It's like, I think it's finals season right now, so I'm sure he's going to get back to it. But
no, honestly, like I'm sure he will. But what is going on? Like this is insane.
Yeah, so I remember reading something from Bleacher Report a couple of years ago about how as an example of how much of a grudge or just in general an asshole Aaron Rodgers is. And these are my opinions. These are not the opinions described by Gaudy Chat's podcast. But he was like the best man to one of his buddies' weddings, and then apparently called him up like the day of or the day before. It was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be there for it. Sorry.
Wow.
And hasn't talked to him again. I mean, he
what was the reason?
No reason given. With all these things, it's no reason given. I mean, but this is the sort of thing that Aaron Rodgers does. This is the sort of person Aaron Rodgers is. He's a diva. I mean, that all that bullshit about him, mocking Brian Gutekunst and saying and comparing him to Jerry Krause.
Yeah, it's a pretty good insult.
Well, what's more insulting in there? What's more insulting is that he is he's comparing himself to Michael Jordan. Like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you, Aaron Rodgers? What kind of dynasty did you ever build? You didn't build a dynasty. You don't even have a dynasty. You've got one lousy fucking Super Bowl that you won by accident, if you ask me. You got hot at the right time. You shouldn't have even made the playoffs that year. Let's be honest. All right? And you want to come up and say you've got a dynasty? Bitch, you are 1-5 in conference title games. Don't give me this. You're a loser, bro.
Man,
hey, look, and I love Aaron Rodgers just as much as the next guy. But
listen, I like Aaron Rodgers, but even somebody who, I've had him on my fantasy team. I've been a big fan. I appreciate his work, but even I have to pause and be like, the last. Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Amen.
The last couple of years, last 2 or 3 years, man, like these playoff losses have been pretty ugly.
Yeah.
I can't deny it. As
Yeah,
a fan, I have to come correct. Especially last year's was. Ugh.
I mean, look.
Actually, the year before that was even worse.
Yeah, I mean,
Niners.
he got embarrassed. He was embarrassed by San Francisco.
I mean, the defense. It was the defense. The defense. Packers defense was really the problem.
Like,
to be fair.
mean, do you remember Atlanta?
They got crushed.
Yeah, that was such a good defense. And on that note, let's be honest here. We are one Jimmy Garoppolo pass away from Patrick Mahomes also being kind of a disappointment in the postseason. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, that pass to
Jimmy Garoppolo pass away. I mean, he's Patrick Mahomes.
Who is that he missed? Who is that he missed on that deep pass? Can't remember.
Emmanuel Sanders.
Emmanuel Sanders. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember. Yeah, that was that hurts, man. I actually watched the highlights of that game. I don't know why I did.
I don't know why. Yeah.
I watched it like
it took me no shit like a decade before I could watch the Super Bowl 42. Where
I was just trying to figure out if Jimmy's like worth holding on to, and he completely melted down in that fourth quarter.
That was such a bad pass. He was so wide open,
dude.
Oh God, he was so wide open.
That could have changed the course of NFL history, man.
That was such a man.
And there were so many passes before that if he could just have completed, gotten a few first downs, or it hurts.
Yeah, it does. Hurts, man. It does. It's a whole bunch of what ifs.
Yeah.
If only. Hey man, yeah, I'm there with you. I still relive those about every day. Anytime the name Wes Welker gets brought up, I'm like, dude, why did you not fucking catch that pass? Why did you not? How could you let that pass go right through both of your hands?
I still remember when he dropped
will say it was a bad pass. It went through both of his hands, motherfucker.
It was a little bit. It would have been a tough catch, but
it was a little high. And
yeah,
and when I say motherfucker, I meant that towards Wes Welker, because I will never forgive him for that.
It would have been a tough catch, but the fact that he had such sticky hands.
Both of his hands, though, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. He had such sticky hands too. Like that was like his MO.
He had gloves. He had gloves. Yeah, like he never he catches everything. And you can't catch that. Oh.
But what is his catch radius? Like 2 inches? I mean, the guy has tiny
small.
Little arms. He was reaching out.
It was, which is why you have to be a super accurate passer like Tom Brady. So this Barry McCockiner, what an asshole. I'm gonna have to look for that. I'm gonna have to look for that highlight reel that he.
I'll send it to you, man. It's kind of stupid, but it's just funny. I don't know. It's just I kind of ruined it for you because I've already described it, but it's
No, but the premise behind it, it is a funny premise.
this guy is just like a master troll. I don't know. He is. I had to start following him, man. It was just
Do not
the
follow
content.
this
The
guy.
content was too strong.
Do not follow this asshole.
All right. Well, to wrap things up. I just want to ask you, like, what are the Patriots' prospects this year? I mean, are we talking a playoff team? I know Belichick.
I think it's how soon
loading up.
is Mac Jones going to get into play. I think as long as you have Cam Newton in there, they're doomed. And here's the thing, like Bill Belichick has like a weird fetish towards Cam Newton. I mean, it's like Cam's got secret videotapes of Bill and his girl. God, what's her name? Now I can't even remember her name right now. But
yeah, you should know Patriots superfan. You should know Bill Belichick's latest girlfriend. I mean, it's a playboy.
Linda Holiday. There you go. I had to think of that. It's like he's got little snuff films of them too that he's threatening to let loose. Because I mean, I don't get why he got re-signed. I don't get why he is keeping him. Because if he starts the year, I'm afraid that he's not gonna ever bench Cam Newton. Like it's some sort of respect thing, and Cam Newton blows. He was
the team
last year.
but the players love Cam Newton.
Oh,
dude,
I don't get it, man. Like yeah, but if you're losing, like and you're going out in practice, and Mac Jones is clearly better than Cam Newton, and you're like, oh, why are you not starting Cam Newton?
They'll sit him down. If that's the case, they'll sit him down. But I will say, having him on my fantasy team last year, yeah, he was god awful for most of the year.
Oh.
But it all happened after he got COVID, and he didn't have a chance to learn the
Oakland game. He was awful, man. He was so bad in that Oakland game. Like he was throwing balls into the dirt during the Oakland game.
Wait, was that was before?
And then the next week he got COVID. So I mean, I'm just saying. I thought he was bad.
I think he had a good
fantasy.
He had a good fantasy game.
Yeah, I think fantasy wise, he panned out at that week. But I mean, dude, 7 touchdowns, or was it 9 touchdowns? It was like 7 touchdowns that he threw. Like in 2021, he's throwing 7 touchdowns. I don't care how bad the receivers are, and they were bad.
8 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. That's.
I mean, good really God. Like they were playing. I want to say it was Buffalo towards the end of the year, and Devin Asiasi, their tight end, was wide the fuck open, and he threw the ball. I mean, it didn't even get it hit the dirt before it even got to him.
Let me ask you something. So, what do you think his completion percentage was for the year? Don't look it up.
48%.
It was 65.76%.
Oh, so
Isn't that surprising?
That is surprising.
I thought it would be much
not bad.
Thought it'd be much lower.
I would too, but like he was also not throwing a lot of balls. Like he would. Josh McDaniels, like once it got to a point where he realized there was only so much he could do with him, they started running the ball more. They started doing, plays designed to utilize his running ability, like specially designed plays, and then like short passes. It would be like 3rd and 15, and he would throw like a 4-yard hitch route. Yeah. It's just like, dude, what the fuck? Why are you throwing to this guy?
Yeah, man.
Oh God.
It was a rough watch. I'm not gonna lie. It was.
He was throwing my head
There
in,
was
like,
many a
I've
time where
never-
I was yelling at the TV like, "Come the fuck on, man!" Like, man, I know you're
Honestly,
throwing in
I
Nikhil
shit you not.
Harry
Like the
and
last time I felt like this like disappointed and angry at the Patriots was when Pete Carroll was coaching them. You know, like the last year Pete
Yeah.
Carroll coached them, I just like they were, God, they sucked that year. What was that, 98, 99? 99.
I think so.
Yeah, and yeah, there was a game versus Jacksonville that was just, God, it's still etched in my memory. But yeah, like that's how disappointing last year was, watching the Patriots. So I'm hoping they turn it around. You know, they spent a lot in free agency. I do think they got some good picks. Mac Jones, Christian Barmore. I think Cam McGrone, the linebacker. He might have to take a redshirt year, but I think he's sneaky. That was a sneaky good pick. And
You got
Ramondre
Trent
Stevenson.
Brown. Interesting.
Say what?
You got a Trent Brown.
Yeah, Trent Brown. Yeah, so they've got Trent Brown back at I want to say he's doing left tackle, starting at left tackle. I mean, their O line is probably going to be one of the top 3 to 5 O lines in the league if everybody stays healthy. So I mean, their O line is legit. They're
They
going to
got
be great.
two top tier, in my opinion, tight ends. Not
What's
top tier.
that?
Let's
I mean,
say like
and that's
mid-shelf.
another thing is
Mid-shelf.
like that's another thing is that they drafted 2 tight ends in last year's draft and they turned out to be shit. Now let's see if they, typically the turnaround for tight ends is more than 1 year, so let's see if they, become something. But the word out of Foxborough is that Devin Asiasi doesn't have the heart to play. He's no good, and Dalton Keene is going to be more of an H-back. So, like, the prognosis doesn't look good that those guys are going to hit. And then that also really hurt Cam because, Greg Olsen, when he was with the Panthers, was a stud. Like, he loves his tight ends. So not having a tight end really hurt him. So we'll see if, when Cam starts, inevitably, maybe having 2 tight ends is actually will help him get over the hump there.
So who's going to be the number 1 receiver? Or is it going to be by committee?
It's going to be. I think it's going to be Aguilar at the X. Kendrick Bourne at the Z. I would say Jacoby Myers plays the slot.
What about Nikhil Harry, man?
Dude, I think he gets cut, to be honest.
Wow.
I just don't I don't see. I mean,
it's come to this.
Yeah, Bill Belichick has become that bad at drafting. Bill Belichick thought that, I can let go of Tom Brady because I'm such a great coach, and I can paper over all the weak points of my team because I'm Bill Belichick. I'm such a great coach. And then Tom Brady leaves, and he realizes, Tom Brady was the one that papered over all the weak spots. It wasn't me. But instead of admitting that, he's doubling down.
Yeah.
And making players like Jimmy Garoppolo take $9 million pay cuts before he can reach the team. When, before you traded Jimmy Garoppolo, you said you wouldn't trade 4 first-round picks for Jimmy Garoppolo. That's how good he was. That you said you said to reporters that you couldn't tell the difference in practice between Brady and Garoppolo because that's how good he was. And you can't sit there and trade one first-round pick. No, make it a second-round pick, like a conditional second-round pick.
How bad does it eat your craw that he didn't get Jimmy? Knowing how much you love Jimmy.
It does, man. Jimmy Garoppolo looks so fucking good. He's
you mean
an
like when he plays?
Guy.
When he plays, or just
no. I mean, he's attractive in the plays he makes. Yes.
Okay.
but he's a good back. Like he's a good heir to Tom Brady.
Mm.
I mean, like
Who's
I
who's
think
more
of
who's more handsome, Mac Jones or Jimmy Garoppolo?
Jimmy Garoppolo, baby. Give
Yeah,
me
it's not
Jimmy
even a
G.
question. Not
I
even a
mean,
question.
Jimmy G all day, every day. Honestly, when Tom Brady came out, or when he came in for Drew Bledsoe, I remember saying, "I'm like, man, that guy looks good. That is a good looking male," and I'm straight. Um, and then Jimmy G comes along, and I'm like, "Whoa, wowzers! That guy's
Hello.
even more attractive." Um, and so I'm like, I saw him, and I'm like, that is the heir apparent. I shit you not. I'm like that's the
That
guy.
music
That,
like da da bam bam bam. Love him,
yeah, no.
love him. That started playing in your head, didn't it?
Oh, it was something incredible, and to see him get traded, it hurt.
Yeah.
It did hurt, and because I mean, I bought at least two Jimmy G rookie cards, you know, with the used jersey and the signature.
Did you
And
really?
now they're
Oof.
worth like jack shit because he got
Yeah.
traded.
Yeah, God, sports cards are a huge market right now.
Oh man, they're it's such a bubble. But I mean,
So how much
I
is that
think they're
Jimmy
kind of
Jimmy
being
G one
smarter
worth?
about it.
Like a half
What?
cent? Is that Jimmy G one worth like
Yeah,
half a
no,
penny?
it's not
Half
going
a
to be
penny?
worth that much. Um, it's there was a who's a there was a story out that a guy bought like a let's just say $5,000 Jimmy G card
Wow.
back in like February because he's going to be the starting quarterback again. He's coming back from injury, blah blah blah, and then they traded up for the number 3 pick, and that card just like crashed in value. It's like
What a
that's the
bummer,
bullshit.
man.
Talk about horror stories. Like that's the bullshit that'll happen. Um, but I mean, I would like to go in and get like a box, a prism box. Because I mean, given the quarterback class here, I mean, because honestly, you had Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Trey Lance. Like I I legit think like all 5 of them could be good. Now I know the chances of that panning out are very slim. Yeah,
Yeah.
3 might be good or whatever. But to try and pick, okay, which one is going to turn out to be a bust? It's hard,
Yeah, no, it's tough,
you
man.
know. Because I like all 5 of them, I really do. And so I mean, I'm like I want to get a Panini Prism box and like pull out. The chances of pulling out
What's a
a
prism
sign.
box?
It's like the top of the line Panini cards. The ones that like the
Oh.
collectors go after.
Oh, I see what you're
But I
saying.
can
Yeah.
never find them. I can never find them at the card shops or anywhere. So I'm like, I'm gonna keep my.
I gotta ask Osborne. He used to collect cards way
He
back
does.
in
He
the
still
day.
does. I mean, he still does.
He's
We
probably
talk
got
about
like
it occasionally.
he's probably got a pretty nice
Yeah.
collection now, man.
Oh yeah, dude. He
Like
still
the
does. And
value of
he's
those,
smart about it too.
because in the early '90s he was loading up.
Yeah. Hey,
And now,
I've got quite a bit of early '90s basketball cards still. I got a sweet collection of Michael Jordan's greatest basketball player ever.
wow, do you really?
Mhm. Yeah,
You got to put those in a safety deposit box.
I know. I've got. I was. You got it, and now there's this whole racket of getting them all graded, like PSA graded, and given the surge in demand for sport cards, like
Hmm.
now that's going up in price.
Yeah.
And there's like, okay, now who's really grading these anyways? It's like is it really some expert or is it some like 18-year-old just like let me get a like but honestly, like you don't know.
Well, it's
Like
kind of the way it is
mail
with
it
some
in
of
and
the
you get it back a few weeks later. It just says, "Oh, it's a 9.5 out of 10," or "Oh, it's a,"
yeah.
like
The taste makers, yeah. It's kind of like with crypto or like, things like that. It's
yeah,
not necessarily something that's happening in the market. It's just kind of dictated by, you know, uh, the market movers and everything. And I'm
yeah.
not saying it's stupid or anything. I mean,
Like Dogecoin, like what the fuck? Like Dogecoin started as like a prank, and now it's
I know. I mean,
it's
there's
grown
something
like
kind of funny. There's something kind of cool.
15,000%.
Yeah, there's something kind of cool about it, honestly. But it's interesting. It's a weird time because, like, with that and the NFT art and just these values being put on these things that seem valueless.
Yeah,
Fascinating.
yeah. The
Fascinating.
NFTs, like what the fuck? Like it makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, I like some art piece, JPEG art piece sold for like a few $1,000,000
I
by
mean, one
Sotheby's.
sold for like one sold for many, many millions, maybe even more, like 60
Yeah,
million or some crazy amount.
yeah. It's like, wait, what the fuck did you actually buy? It's like, oh, well, I bought this receipt that just says that I kind of,
Man.jpg.
yeah,
I bought a JPEG file that I'm gonna fucking
yeah,
print it out on my
I don't,
computer and put. No, see, we just don't understand it though. There's something else happening. I think it might be a little bit over
yeah.
our heads. There's something.
This
There's
is,
something.
this is, do you know, there was a commercial or like the Today Show where Katie Couric and Brian Gubble are like talking about the internet? Like, what is this internet thing? Like, that's us right now.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
we get like, our kids are gonna find this, 20 years from now. Like, oh, look at how dad like didn't know about NFTs. Oh,
I
what
think
a
it's
loser.
interesting, but the problem is, I think it's hard to get in front of these trends. Like I admire anybody who's ahead of the curve
Yeah,
with
like
some of this
who the
stuff.
fuck would think NFTs would actually be like? I would like, oh, look at this NFT, whatever the fuck that means, but I don't even know what that
I think it just
stands for.
revolves around really extremely rich people who have tons of disposable income, who are just like, this is something new. I can create like a 3D gallery, a virtual gallery, and put these NFTs in it, and it's
Yeah,
like
and
a
have
stat.
enough
It's a stat.
of reach on social media to like, oh, look at this. This is so cool, guys. Why aren't you into this now?
Yeah, it's like a status thing or something.
Yeah,
It's over
it,
my head a little bit. Not gonna lie, but I don't want to be too dismissive of it. But yeah, do I think it's ridiculous sometimes? Yeah, maybe. But
no, sometimes, come on, sometimes. No, it is definitely ridiculous. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Get out of here with the NFT bullshit.
so
I'm
someone
not
was like,
falling for it. I'm
Chris, I
too
want to.
smart.
I'll buy that random picture of you, like, from the lake house, when you're looking all
Yeah.
sweaty, eating like some, you know, uh, hearts of palm salad.
Like, hey, Sotheby's, I've got this great.
It's like,
great
the
JPEG.
light hits you just perfectly, and
The art.
like,
You don't see the art. Just put it on your auction. Let's see what it sells for.
it's called American decadence. A young man
Brilliant. I love it. I love it.
caught
Let's
in
put
the
it on.
in the magic hour.
Yes.
It's,
Yes.
that little time when the sun's just going down, and that light hits you just right.
Don't we have pictures of like Rushi or Glick, like in the bathroom taking a piss? Like, oh, we see them on the, like, we see their back and they're taking a piss.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's
like
like
they like submit that to Sotheby's.
it's a still life. It's a still life, man.
In the golden hour. Yeah.
In the golden hour.
That would work. That would work. I think.
Man.
Yeah.
Let's get rich.
I think
Let's get rich.
That's a great way to end that.
It's good content.
I know, man. I've got to mow my fucking lawn. Can you believe that? I think I've got an hour left of daylight. So.
All right. Yeah. It was good chatting with you, though, and
yes.
We'll do it again very soon. I'm trying to jumpstart.
We need to get Sam's. We need to get Sam's 2 cents on he's finally broken free from the Aaron Rodgers, cage that he's in. He doesn't have to make these crazy takes. Him and Osborne, go away. Aaron Rodgers is out, so now you get rid of the brainwash.
Is he definitely out? I don't know.
I don't know.
They said they wouldn't trade him.
Hey, bro, look. I saw a stat. It was like Bart Starr was with Green Bay 16 seasons. Brett Favre was with Green Bay 16 seasons. Aaron Rodgers has been with Green Bay for 16 seasons.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, that is insane.
That's crazy, man. That's fucking weird.
It's fated. He's gone.
I think they should trade him as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, look, San Francisco had a legit deal on the table for him.
Dude, I was crossing my fingers. Seriously, I really wanted that to happen.
But there's no way they're going to get it. There's no way they're going to trade anywhere near that.
I know. It was stupid. They should have done it.
Yeah, they should have done it.
I was really just I was praying that would happen. Honestly, think about him in that offense, the accuracy in the arm.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the mobility. Oh.
I think Tom Brady would have been like, dude.
They should have. In hindsight, being 2020, they should have. Honestly,
they should have traded.
I can't believe I'm saying that, but
I know.
They should have taken Jimmy G by his
Tom Brady fan. Oh my!
They should have grabbed him by his back of his pants, like they do in like the old 50s movies. Like they throw guys out of bars, They should have grabbed him, like, get out of here, see? Just thrown him out in the fucking street.
Yeah. But what's weird is the fact that his market last year was so just muted.
It was weird.
It was weird. It was.
When it was happening, I was like, I was talking with Che and Geezy about it on our Niners chat, and I was like, should we do this? But and I was like, no, we should.
They all said,
no. Everyone was like, no, we got to stick with Jimmy.
Wow.
And I was kind of saying the same thing, honestly. But a little voice in the back of my head was like, are we blowing this?
Yeah, y'all blew it.
And to be fair, Brady did throw 3 interceptions in the NFC Championship game, and his defense carried him.
Spurts. He has these spurts where he just you're like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
The defense kind of carried him. You have to admit that. I mean,
no, they didn't.
In the playoffs, come on.
In the playoffs, how many TDs did he throw? I'm not saying that the defense didn't help. The defense helped a lot. But they weren't winning that Super Bowl without Tom Brady.
No, he had some clutch moments, but he had some horrible interceptions. My God.
I mean, but they were okay. Here's the thing, though. He had some bad interceptions, but he put them to a point where they were up so much that he could afford to make stupid mistakes and it not come back to haunt him.
Well, to correct what I just said,
his first half, that first half he had was unbelievable. That was Brady. That was Brady prime, in his prime, Brady.
No, it's true.
And then the second half happened, and you're like, oh well, what the fuck, Brady?
He had 3 interceptions against Green Bay. That's where I'm referring to. All those.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the first half of that game.
Terrific.
He was crazy good, and then the second half, I'm like, because in my mind, I'm sitting here watching the game, and I'm like, oh my God, he's so fucking good. Oh, I'm gonna be bragging about Tom. Oh God, there's nothing to say shit. Oh God, and then the second half happens. I'm like, oh motherfucker, really?
Yeah.
God damn it! Now the Sams and the Dans and the Mike Osbornes of the world can say, "Oh, look at this bullshit! Look how bad he is! Oh God!" They've got something they can hang on to kind of
Well, he had 10 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in 4 postseason games. That's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, he melted down in that second half against Green Bay. That should have been a loss for them, but Rodgers. hate to say
I
it.
wouldn't say that.
I hate to
wouldn't
say it,
that.
man. Rodgers didn't come through when he should have.
Hey, look.
It hurts me to say
I'm going to go back to it. Hey, if the Green Bay Packers are losing to a team with a winning record in the fourth quarter, Aaron Rodgers is like 1-48. Like he doesn't bring teams back. That's
I don't
not
have
what
that
Aaron
stat in
Rodgers
front of me. It
does.
seems a little high. But,
It is a crazy stat. It's somewhere around there.
It's true. He's kind of.
He doesn't bring teams back. He doesn't.
It's weird.
The teams he brings back are teams that are loser teams. He can beat up on the loser teams all he wants.
I feel like it's probably a misleading stat, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's impressed me with his clutch performances against really good teams because it's not really true.
When it matters, he's not there. He doesn't show up. Let's just put it that way.
I don't know if it's every single time, but just
when it matters.
Recent memory.
Okay, yes, he played Chicago one year, very first game. What was it, like 2 years ago? The very first game,
I can't remember.
This like
clutch, that's right.
Great comeback. Yeah. They were down like 19 points in the fourth quarter and came back. Yeah, the Chicago Bears were 0-0. It was week 1. So,
but even you have to admit, like his defenses has not been close to as good as Brady's over the years.
I mean,
how many top-ranked defenses? You should go check out Barry McCocker.
They haven't been awful.
Check out Barry McCocker. You'll see all the.
There's one where he's like, "Yes, I'm gay. G for I hate Brady."
But no, like he has one that's like it goes through all of the defenses and everything. I don't know. I'll send it to you later, but it's just it's for a laugh. It's for a laugh. He's having a laugh.
He's not. It says Peyton Manning was a great QB who carried flawed teams. Patrick Mahomes is a great QB who carries flawed teams. Aaron Rodgers is a great QB who carries flawed teams. Tom Brady is an average QB who gets carried by great teams and unprecedented amounts of luck. Huge difference. Fuck this guy. Get off it. Stop following him. This guy's an asshole.
You're going to love it, man. You got to lock into Barry McCocker.
I'm definitely reporting him. He is getting reported.
He triggered my PTSD.
Yeah, it's not PTSD. Like I'm as tough as they come with these things. If I find something offensive, I'm going to say something.
No, I can see how
you can have your opinions. You can't have your own truths. All right. So,
God.
All right, man. Well,
let's call it a day, my friend.
Yeah, I got to get out of here. The sun's already
setting.
Yeah,
we got to get Abramson together and do like a big preview app.
Absolutely.
Preview, for sure.
All right, Barry McCockner. Wow. This
you
is
see the one that just
triggered,
popped up 25 seconds ago? Look at the one that just popped up. Look at the one that just popped up.
All right. This fucking guy. Yes. God, what is this guy's problem?
Tom Brady without Gronk since 2012. He's got a picture with Brady's face on Andy Dalton.
This guy is an asshole. Oh, I hate this guy. Yeah, I don't get triggered, but I'm definitely being triggered right now. All right,
buddy.
Yeah, keep talking. We'll continue next time.
Definitely.
So gaudy. Gaudy stats. Gaudy stats. Gaudy stats.